Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that touches all of our lives, emotional healing. We all experience moments of pain, anxiety, and sadness. But what if I told you there's an ancient philosophy that offers profound, practical tools to navigate these turbulent waters? Today, we're exploring the wisdom of Buddhist philosophy and how it can guide us toward genuine emotional well-being. So what does Buddhism really say about our emotions? A common misconception is that Buddhism is about suppressing emotions or becoming detached and unfeeling, but that couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, Buddhism encourages us to turn toward our emotions, to understand them, and to work with them skillfully. The goal isn't to get rid of feelings, but to stop being controlled by them. At the heart of this approach is the first noble truth, the truth of suffering, or what's known in Pali as dukkha. Now, suffering is a strong word. It doesn't just mean big, dramatic tragedies. Dukkha refers to the underlying sense of dissatisfaction that we all experience. It's that feeling of unease, of something being not quite right, whether it's mild stress, frustration, anxiety, or deep grief. By acknowledging this universal experience, Buddhism tells us you're not alone, and what you're feeling is a fundamental part of the human condition. This simple acknowledgement can be incredibly validating and comforting. It's the first step toward healing, just admitting that something hurts, without judgment. So if suffering is universal, where does it come from? This leads us to the second noble truth, which points to the origin of our suffering, craving, and aversion. In simpler terms, our emotional pain often stems from clinging to things we want and pushing away things we do not want. Think about it. When we get a promotion, we feel happy, but then we worry about losing it, or we immediately start wanting the next one. That's clinging. When we get stuck in traffic, we feel angry and frustrated. That's aversion. We're constantly reacting to life, getting pulled back and forth by our likes and dislikes. This constant push and pull is what creates a state of mental friction and distress. The problem isn't the promotion or the traffic jam itself, it's our reactive mind and our attachment to a specific outcome. This is where the concept of impermanence, or anicca, becomes a powerful tool for healing. Everything changes, nothing is permanent. The good times don't last forever, but guess what? Neither do the bad times. When we're in the depths of sadness or anxiety, it can feel like it will never end. But Buddhist philosophy reminds us that this feeling, this situation, this very moment is temporary, it will pass. Holding on to this truth doesn't magically erase the pain, but it can give us a sliver of light in the darkness. It provides perspective and helps us loosen our grip on the suffering, allowing it to flow through us instead of getting stuck within us. When you can sit with a difficult emotion and know deep down that this too shall pass, you rob it of its power to consume you. Another cornerstone of Buddhist emotional healing is the idea of non-self, or anatta. This is a deep one, so let's break it down. We tend to identify very strongly with our thoughts and emotions. We say, I am angry, or I am sad. This creates a solid, fixed identity around the feeling. We become the anger. We become the sadness. Buddhist practice encourages us to shift our perspective. Instead of, I am angry, we can observe, there is a feeling of anger arising in me. See the difference? It creates a little bit of space. You are not your emotion. You are the one who is aware of the emotion. This subtle shift is revolutionary. It allows you to observe your feelings without getting swept away by them. You can watch them come and go like clouds in the sky without identifying with every single one. You are the sky, not the clouds. This practice of mindful observation is a direct path to emotional freedom. So how do we actually put this into practice? This is where mindfulness and compassion come in. Mindfulness, or sati, is the practice of paying attention to the present moment on purpose, without judgment. When a difficult emotion like jealousy or fear arises, our usual tendency is to either push it away or get completely lost in the story behind it. Mindfulness offers a third option. Just notice it. Acknowledge its presence in your body. Where do you feel the anxiety? Is it a tightness in your chest, a knot in your stomach? Just observe the physical sensations without judging them as good or bad. By simply being with the feeling, you're not feeding it with more thought stories. You're allowing it to be, and in doing so, you're often allowing it to dissolve on its own. It's like a child crying for attention. The more you ignore it or scold it, the louder it gets. But if you sit with it calmly and give it your gentle, accepting attention, it eventually quiets down. And that gentle attention is the key, which brings us to compassion, or karuna. This is about bringing a sense of kindness and warmth to our own suffering. So often, when we feel bad, we beat ourselves up about it. We think, I shouldn't be so anxious, or I'm so weak for feeling this way. This is like adding a second arrow. The first arrow is the initial pain of the situation. The second arrow, which is often more painful, is our own self-judgment and resistance to the pain. Buddhist practice encourages us to remove that second arrow. Can we treat ourselves with the same kindness we would offer a dear friend who is struggling? Can we say to ourselves, it's okay that you're feeling this way, this is hard, and I am here for you? This self-compassion is not self-pity. It's a courageous act of self-support that builds inner resilience. It's about becoming our own best ally on the path to healing. Let's bring this all together. Buddhist philosophy offers a complete roadmap for emotional healing. It starts with honestly acknowledging our pain, the first noble truth. Then it helps us understand its roots in our own minds, in our clinging and aversion, the second noble truth. It provides us with profound insights like impermanence and non-self to help us change our relationship with our thoughts and feelings. And finally, it gives us the practical tools of mindfulness and compassion to actively work with our emotions in a gentle, healing way. This isn't an overnight fix, it's a practice, a journey of getting to know our own minds and hearts more deeply. It's about training our attention, cultivating kindness, and gradually untangling the knots of our emotional habits. The beauty of this path is that it's accessible to anyone, regardless of your beliefs. You don't have to become a Buddhist to benefit from these timeless psychological insights. You can start right now, in this very moment. The next time a difficult emotion arises, try not to fight it. Take a deep breath, acknowledge its presence, feel where it is in your body, and offer yourself just a little bit of kindness. You might be surprised at the space and peace that can open up. Thank you so much for joining me on this exploration today. I hope these ideas offer you some comfort and practical guidance. If this resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content on wisdom for modern life. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.